Hi Jenny, I'm Kate. I am from the UWM Family Reunification Program. I was referred just to assist with your family any way that I can to help you work on reunification with your children. So I don't know too much about you. I know from your case manager at the Bureau of Milwaukee Child Welfare that your children have been placed in out-of-home care for some time. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I have 3 kids and 1 on the way. That one is due in about a month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I work for MPS. I work in the school lunch program. And I just want my kids to come home.
Do you mind if I take notes while we're talking? Okay. It just helps me remember as we're going on, so for future meetings in case I come back and have a question for clarification. So it sounds like you're working full-time?
No, I only work about 4 hours a day.
4 hours a day?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got 3 other children. It sounds like you're doing some other services from what I understand from your case manager. You're working and you're pregnant. That is a lot to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not working right now.
Okay.
Because I couldn't do it. Physically, I couldn't do it.
Okay. When are you due?
I'm due in about a month.
Okay. How are you feeling right now?
I'm tired.
And I understand you have visits a few times a week with your other children?
Yep, they come on Wednesday nights and then I have them all weekend.
Okay. How do those visits usually go?
They go fine. The kids don't have any problems. They're great when they're here. My worker actually told me that they're probably going to be coming home next week.
Okay. So reunification is something that you guys talk about quite often. What kinds of things do you guys do on the visits? What are your kids kind of like? Just give me some information about that.
They like to play video games, and sometimes we go outside.
To the park or outside at home?
We just play outside. We sometimes play basketball in the parking lot.
Okay.
Sometimes my sister comes over and she'll play with the kids too.
That's nice. So are your children a little bit older? Are they?
My youngest is 3, and then I have 2 boys, and they are 6 and 8.
Okay. So you've got a good age range, and now with the new baby, you'll have a good group. So
yeah.
Very nice.
I can handle it.
Okay. So just so I have some background information on how we came to this point, from your perspective, can you tell me why the children were removed? What kind of things happened? What's happened since then as to why they're still not home, when you think they're going to be coming home? Just some information about that.
Well, it was just a big misunderstanding. I left my kids with my aunt for the weekend, and she knew where I was, and she knew that I left them with her. But for whatever reason, she decided to drop them off at my mom's house, and my mom wouldn't let them come in, and she called the Bureau.
Okay.
So it was a misunderstanding, though. It never happened before.
Your mother called the Bureau?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, she called the police, and then they called the Bureau.
Okay. So since that time, they've been placed out of your care?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And where are they all placed together?
No, the 2 boys are together, and then the girl, my daughter, is in another house.
Okay. So are they all in foster homes, or are they placed with any relatives?
Nope, they're all in foster homes.
Okay. Do you get to speak with those foster parents at all?
Sometimes. My daughter's foster parent talks to me, but the boy's foster parent, she just won't return my text messages. Or if she does, it's too late. She's not making it easy for me.
Okay. And when you say not making it easy for you, is it just with the communication?
Yeah, and I think she's kind of out to get me. I don't think she wants the boys to come home.
You don't think that she wants them to come home? Do you think that it's her intention to harm their relationship with you, or?
I don't think that she wants to harm the relationship. I think she thinks I'm a bad mom.
Okay. And I know that you don't think you're a bad mom. I don't think you're a bad mom. You have a lot on your plate, and from what I understand from your case manager, you've been doing very well with all the services that you've been in. Especially, I really do commend you. Being pregnant and dealing with all this is very, very hard. What I would like to do as we work together is get to meet the children, if that's okay with you, kind of see how you guys interact, come up with ideas and activities that you guys can do together. part of my role, I want you to understand that I am not your case manager. I'm not going to ask you to do anything. I want to be here as a support for you. So is there anything that you can think of that I can help you with that you need?
I need beds for the kids. I have mattresses for them, but we don't have any beds.
Okay.
And another job would be good. Either a full-time job or another part-time job.
Okay.
And maybe some supplies for the baby.
Okay. And I think supplies for the baby and beds are very, very important things that we'll need to have for you, especially because the baby's going to be arriving soon. Beds for when the children come home, because that's probably going to be an issue when it comes time to reunification. As far as a job, how are you feeling about when the baby comes or when the children are reunified going back to work? Do you think that'll be manageable for you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to work, after I take some time off. Well, I'm going to be off for the summer. So I'm not going to have to go back to work
For
until
some time yet.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. So you'll return to MPS, or the plan would be in the fall?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have, I know it sounds like your relationship with your mom is probably a little rocky since there was a big misunderstanding there. Do you still speak with her? Do you see her as a support?
We're fine now.
Okay.
She's a big support. My mom and her boyfriend.
And at a point when the children do come home, do you think that they'll still be available as a support for you?
Yeah, she takes them on the weekend sometimes when they come.
Okay, that's very good. Do you have any concerns about reunification that you want to discuss? Aside from other things that you need, do you feel like things are going well with the Bureau in general?
Well, I don't see why the kids are still in foster care. I've done everything they asked me to do. I think that they should be home.
And when you say you've done everything that they've asked you to do, in my experience, there's a court order and there's a list of things on there that are goals and conditions that you need to meet to have the children come home. Is that what you're referring to?
Yep. Yes, I went to a few parenting classes, and I'm in therapy now.
Okay. And how do you like your therapist? Does that relationship work well?
Well, we've only met a few times, because it's hard for me to get around because I'm so pregnant.
Okay. And have you talked to your therapist about that at all?
We're going to start doing phone therapy.
Okay. Have you talked to your case manager about any concerns that you have as far as how you're feeling, just to make sure that, appointments aren't scheduled that you're missing, or you're making it to all of your visits and everything?
Well, the kids come here, so that's fine. My case manager said the kids are coming home next week, probably.
Okay.
So
And
I don't see why they wouldn't come home next week.
Okay. When she discussed that with you, have you guys recently had a court hearing?
We had a court hearing last week, and they said the kids should come home too.
Who's they?
The court people.
So the attorneys, the judge?
Yep.
Okay. So everyone kind of discussed it. Were you part of that discussion?
Yes.
Okay. And overall, how are you feeling about the kids coming home so close to when you're due to have another child?
It's fine. I can handle it. I've done it before.
And obviously you've done pretty well because you have 3 other children and they were in your care for a very long time. And I know with being this close to your due date, it always does help to have a little bit of support around the time that you have a new child, just because it can be a little overwhelming for anybody. Babies are not easy things. Do you have anyone besides your mother and sister that might be willing to help you out?
Well, I have a couple of sisters who can help me out.
Okay, that's good. And when the children are prepared to come home next week, is there anything else that you think that you might need for them?
No, because, I was doing it for so long. I know how to be a mom. I have everything I need.
Okay. Do you think you got anything out of your parenting classes that was helpful?
No, I knew how to do it all. I've raised my kids for so long.
Well, I think this gives us a good basis as to where you're at. It's good for me to get a perspective as to how long the kids have been in care, why they were removed, and where you're at right now. So what we usually do with family reunification is I will stay in touch with you and I'll stay in touch with your case manager. I'm an advocate for you. I want to help you in any way that I can. So I will give you my contact information before I leave and we can schedule visits. I can come on a weekly basis. I can come every other week. If you want me to come more often or less often than that, we can talk about that too.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me come to your